Now, a German con artist who passed herself off as a wealthy heiress to swindle banks, hotels and even close friends as she lived out a high society, Instagram-ready fantasy has been sentenced to a minimum of 4 years in prison. 28-year-old Anna Sorokin looked despondent as the verdict was announced, holding back tears and keeping her eyes closed. Judge Diane Kiesel said Sorokin had been blinded by the glitter and glamour of New York City as she turned to fraud to finance a lifestyle she could never afford. Well, Alistair Stanford joins me to tell us more in the studio. Alistair, this case had it all, didn't it?
Rosie, yes. Anna Sorokin managed to create a completely false persona, calling herself Anna Delvey. She conned people into believing that she had millions of dollars, whereas in the words of the prosecutor, she had not a cent to her name. How did she do it? She managed to convince people that she had a multi-million-dollar trust fund in her name. She claimed her father was a diplomat or an oil baron, whereas in fact he runs a small business in the energy sector. It wasn't just about money. She had this sophisticated air as well, convincing people that she was a would-be art collector, and she built up thousands of followers on Instagram. Now, with the banks, she falsified bank records, forged her identity. It was all very convincing. She used convincing financial jargon and she managed to secure thousands in bank loans, stealing effectively more than $200,000 altogether. And she used this to eke out a lavish lifestyle in New York and abroad. There were hotels, there was shopping, there was fashion, there was parties, there were flights. And this went on for some time, culminating in what became known as the Summer of Scam in 2017. She always made sure that other people paid not just their way, but hers as well. However, some friends became suspicious, as did the authorities. It all came to a head. She was arrested in October 2017, and she's been in custody ever since.
What's so extraordinary is the number of people that she just got caught under her kind of magic spell of getting people just sucked in. Did she just get out of her depth? You know, was this criminal intent, or was she sort of lost in this Instagram world?
Well, this goes to the hub of it, and her lawyer in court tried to claim that, in fact, what she did was unethical but not illegal. He said that she was just trying to buy time, and she intended to settle these bills. There was no criminal intent. She was an ambitious entrepreneur. He referred to the Sinatra song, New York, New York. She just wanted to make it there. The judge rejected that and said that she thought it was more like Springsteen's Blinded by the Light. Certainly her obsession with her image seemed to go right through to her sentencing. She had a stylist, apparently, to create her look in court. Now, she apologized for what she called her mistakes, but the prosecutor said she showed no remorse whatsoever. She wasn't found guilty of all charges, notably of attempting to steal more than $1 million from a bank, but she was found guilty on several counts of theft and larceny. She's now down to serve at least 4 years, depending on her behaviour, could be more. The question of deportation as well, because apparently she overstayed her visa a couple of years ago. She's been fined more than $20,000, ordered to repay the $200,000. Begs the question how she's going to do that. But the saga perhaps doesn't end here, because there are reports that there's a TV series in the offing.